Hello, middle school parents. I'm going here to give you part two of our conversation from last week on dealing with teens and dishonesty. I want to pick up with this. Tweens and teens lie for a variety of reasons. Generally, it's to avoid judgment, to gain attention, to protect someone, to experience a thrill, to cope with a behavior or a frustration. And sometimes it's just lying by omission. And so, of course, it's our sin nature to blame someone, to desire to cover up our sin. But these are opportunities that we're given by God to use to shape the hearts of our children and our students. Insecurity can be a big driver for lying in general, particularly if there's a gap between who your child is and who they desire to be, who they want to be. For kids who have a tough time with self acceptance, lying can sometimes be a form of wishful thinking. And in these cases, it's really important that we respond constructively. Other kids may lie because they can't handle delayed gratification or they lack impulse control. You've all seen that little experiment where they leave a child at a table with a little pack of M&Ms and instruct them not to eat until they return. But when you find your child in situations like this, ask questions. Remember that guided conversations is one of the best approaches there to kind of gauge what's going on. And it's so important that we model honesty for them. Whenever you can, demonstrate that you're doing something by being honest. Let's say, you get two items at a store in your bag instead of the one you paid for. Well, you would model and demonstrate that honesty by returning one of those items that you didn't pay for and kind of verbalize that for your child as you do that. And share when you're tempted to take a shortcut, such as sneaking into a long line or disobeying a traffic law whenever you're late, but then, why it's not the right thing to do. Because children take note when you lie and or when you go back on your word. Going back on your word is a huge thing to them. So encourage honest dialogue by acknowledging that it can be difficult to tell the truth sometimes. Be verbal about when you make a mistake and when you wish you had done something differently. And when your child steps up after they've made a mistake, praise them for taking responsibility and for owning that mistake. So if honesty becomes a chronic issue, like, lying about not getting their homework done, network and partner with that teacher to make sure that they are completing that work and working on being honest towards doing that. And tell them, have the expectation out there that you do expect honesty, but also along the way and along the journey, they're going to make mistakes. So remind them that life lessons, and sometimes as parents, we need to be reminded that life lessons don't have to be life sentences. So, we can't always be quick to let them off the hook either. We have to treat the transgression and we have to treat the lie as separate issues and I am all about natural and logical consequences. So continue having guided conversations such as, why did you feel uncomfortable in that situation? Why did you feel uncomfortable? Why did you hesitate to tell the truth there? And what would you do differently if you found yourself in a similar situation again? It's important that our students understand and that we understand and we remind ourselves that all relationships depend on the truth. And you can't know God and be rightly related to Him if you ignore the truth about who He is or the truth about who you are. As revealed in His Word. So here to support you guys. Thank you for your partnership and for walking through things with teens and with students with me, and know that I'm here as a resource to you. And anyway, enjoy sharing those things with you. So if there's anything in particular you need some resources for, let me know. I'm here for you, and we'll continue walking in His truth together.